right, everybody. Good morning. Thanks for joining in. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. Today we have the Jets at 3-9 going down to Miami to play the Dolphins, who are 5-7. Now the Dolphins are still kind of in the mix when it comes to the playoffs. When you watch the playoff teams and whatnot, they always show the Dolphins are one of the teams like that are in the hunt or something like that. And of course, the Jets are not. They're 3-9. Their season has been virtually over since before Halloween. But anyway, the Jets travel down to Miami. They get out of the bad weather, cold weather up here, and go down to Florida, where it's going to be probably a hell of a lot nicer. Unfortunately, I don't know. I don't think that's going to help the Jets out too much. First of all, let's start by talking about some of the team stats. Let's go over the Dolphins first. The Dolphins, according to Fox Sports, which I'm looking at right now, the Dolphins are averaging 217.8 yards passing per game. That ranks them 18th in the NFL. They're averaging 110 yards rushing, which is 22nd. They're allowing 19.3 points, which is 24th. The pass yards against, they're allowing the other team to have about 204 yards passing, which is 9th in the league. Not bad. They're allowing 107.5 rush yards, which is also 9th in the league. And they're allowing 22.2 points per game, which also is not too bad. Now, of course, the Dolphins were hurt early this year when Tua went down. He missed probably 3-4 games, whatever it was. Of course, that hurt him because the team plays so much more. They're averaging almost 300 yards a game since Tua's gotten back. That average I just read you was from the start of the season till now, mixing in the backup quarterback and everything. So they're averaging much more than that in the last 3-4 games, whatever Tua's been back. So they are definitely a passing attack team. They're not really a running team. However, they're not that bad. But they are a much better team passing with Tua, and that's obvious. So they just got to keep him healthy, keep him from getting killed again. And, Dolphins could make a shot at it. I don't know. To me, it's a long shot, but at least they're still in the hunt at this point in the season. Let's go over the Jets stats now as far as the Fox Sports is telling me. Pass yards, the Jets are averaging a paltry 204 yards passing per game. That is 23rd in the league. They're averaging 87.3 yards of rushing. That's 29th in the league. They're averaging 18.5 points per game. That's 26th in the league. Pass yards against are allowing 174.9, which is ranked second on the defense in the league. That's pretty good. I think Tua is going to eat them up for a lot more than that, but still, it doesn't look like their pass defense is that bad. And they're allowing 126.2 yards rushing, which is 20th in the league. And they're allowing 22.3 points per game, which is 15th in the league. So the points allowed don't sound bad. The passing yards they're allowing teams sounds really good. It makes them look like you don't want to pass against these guys. I don't understand that. I guess stats don't lie, but it sure seems like that's a lot worse than that when you talk about this team. So I don't know. The other stats are terrible. We have Aaron Rodgers on the team. We have 204 yards passing per game on average. Rushing yards, we have Breece Hall, Braylon Allen, and we're averaging 87 yards per game rushing. That's just bad. And we're scoring 18 points per game, roughly, thereabout. That is also pathetic. It is way below league average, and it's just embarrassing. My take on the game is this. Anytime these teams have these these interdivisional games, they're always tough. They always play each other tough. I've seen years when one team may be way better than the other, and they somehow eke out a win. A couple of years ago, I remember, not a couple of years ago, it's quite a while now, but Dolphins beating the Patriots in one of the Patriots Super Bowl runs. So anything can happen in a divisional game. They know each other. They play each other tough. However, I don't think I think that there's just too much distraction on this team. There's too much controversial crap going on, especially with Aaron Rodgers. And now I see they're releasing some kind of a Netflix documentary. This guy just seems to bring on attention to himself. And I don't know what the documentary is. I most certainly am not going to watch it. And if I do watch it, it's only so I can make a video on to make fun of it. What I understand it is it's about his recovery and his comeback. And you're 3-9, dude. I wouldn't be bragging about this at all. You know, it looks to me like you either aren't ready to come back, you weren't ready to come back, or you shouldn't have come back because he's just a shell of what he used to be. But anyway. So I just think the team is checked out. The defense, I think, some of those stats, especially on the pass, however, on the rush yards, they allow a lot. They've got to be at the bottom. I think that I don't think the Dolphins are like a big run team, although they are averaging over 100 yards per game. And the Jets have a trouble stopping the run. They just do. But Tua, I think, is going to eat up that secondary. Sauce had a good game last week. But up until then, he's really been playing very, very underwhelming. What we all expected Sauce to be. I think Tua and Tyreek, what's his face there? Tyreek Hill is going to kill these guys. I think he's going to have a good day passing. He's going to probably have well over 300 yards. And so now I check and see that the betting line is like the Jets are underdog by 6. I think it was 5 or 6, something like that yesterday. I think my prediction of the game is the Dolphins are going to win this ball game. Jets are going to go to 3-10 today, and they're not going to win this game. I don't think they have the capability of winning this game. They're not going to stop the passing. Dolphins are going to be all hyped up. They're 5-7. They're still in the running. Jets are completely out of it. A loss today may even mathematically put them out. It depends on what the Chargers, I think, do tonight against the Chiefs, Dolphins, maybe a couple of other teams here or there. But this today may mathematically put the Jets on the couch, you know, in the pre, which we already know they're there anyway. But so I'm pretty sure. My guess, my bet, my look at this game is the Jets are going to lose again. I think the Dolphins are going to beat them by. I know the line is only 6 points, but I think the Dolphins are going to beat them by probably. I would say if I had to, maybe 14, 17. I'm not going to give an exact score, but I will say the Dolphins will probably beat them by maybe 14, 17 points because we all know if the Jets fall behind in the beginning, 7, 10, 14 to nothing, they're out. They check out. They can't handle it. They won't do it. So if they stay in the game, maybe in the first half, they keep it close, or maybe if they're even winning, although we know what happens when they go in the second half ahead, they still can't win. But they may keep it closer than that, but I don't think so. I think the Dolphins are going to strike hard, probably strike fast, strike first, and I don't think the Jets are going to recover from it. So you're looking at probably a 14, 17 point loss by the Jets today. And one thing I want to add before I close out my video this morning is I hope today that if the Jets do lose and they go 3-10, I hope they either bench Aaron Rodgers or they. I know they're not going to. I would like to see him cut the guy, but they're not going to do that. That'd be way too embarrassing for him, and they're really worried about hurting his feelings. They don't want to hurt his feelings, so they won't cut him. But I certainly hope that at 3-10, and if they are really mathematically out of the playoffs, get his ass out of there, put him on the bench, let him enjoy his Netflix documentaries or whatever other things he just seems to bring to the team. All this attention and all this stuff that he brings to the organization, which the Jets just clearly do not need. I just hope they bench him for the rest of the season. Let Tyrod Taylor play. Let him finish out the season. See what he's got. He's going to be on the team next year. We all know that. I don't think the Jets are going to get rid of him. He signed a 2-year contract. So let him get out there and get some play in. Let him play. Let Rodgers stand on the sideline and with a towel over his head or whatever else he does, during games. And let's get ready to move forward. And one more thing too, I want to say is I only hope, because I saw this guy earlier, Rodgers, meaning during the week say, I can't remember where I saw it. And if somebody can tell me, leave me a comment below and let me know where I saw this or if I even did see it. He said something about he's going to take him about a month after the season to decide what he wants to do. And I know I saw this somewhere, and I was just furious when I saw that because, like I said in previous videos, this is what he's going to do. He's going to hold the whole NFL hostage. He's going to hold the whole Jets organization hostage while he goes into his basement and turns the lights off, or he goes on another Egypt vacation with his buddies, or he sits around and he just loves to do that shit. He loves to keep everybody guessing. What's on pins and needles? What's Aaron Rodgers going to do? God, I hope the Jets at the end of the season tell him, I don't care what you're going to do. You can lock yourself in a closet, or you could go on an excursion with your pals and go into the darkness again and see what your guru tells you to do. I would tell him that don't worry about it, man. We got this. You're out. You're done. So now he's not going to hold the team hostage. He's not going to hold the whole fan base hostage. He's not going to hold the NFL hostage, waiting for Aaron Rodgers to decide what he wants to do with himself. I hope the Jets tell him, here's what you're going to do. Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to let you go, man. You go do your thing. Do what you got to do. Maybe somebody else will hire you. I don't really give a shit. But we got to cut this guy, cut our losses, move on. Next year, at least we can look forward to having a new quarter. I don't even care if it's Tyrod Taylor at this point. A new quarterback in there, and see what the Jets can do in the draft. I don't think the draft class for quarterbacks is very good this year. Maybe Deion Sanders' kid or somebody else out of there, but I don't think that, no offense to either one of them, but I don't think these guys are game changers. The quarterback class is very weak this year. Let's just get through this. Let's just get this guy off the bench. Let's get him off of our team so we can stop all this darkness stuff he seems to bring, and get rid of all his buddies, Devontae Adams and everybody else. Nathaniel Hackett can go with him, and just get rid of the whole thing. Start out new, and let's hope that the Jets do that, because I got a feeling they're going to try to somehow to run this back next year. I hope not, and we're just going to have another dismal season next year. So anyway, I appreciate you guys all listening. Leave me a comment below. Tell me what you think, and try to enjoy the game today. And I'll be talking to you guys all later. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a lot. I really appreciate. Oh, and by the way, I appreciate all the comments and all the feedback that I'm starting to get. I really do appreciate it. Anyway, I'll be talking to you guys soon. Enjoy the games and have a good day.